in a bombing.
Good morning. Just a quickie. Let's just catch up really quickly with what's going on because Hal is talking about basically Russia and everybody else that's going on in Russia. And Tony is talking about what the hell is going on in America. Just the general overall crapshoot that is America right now.
Also,
so let's bring them in.
Including, I'm sure Dale.
I've kind of separated off how I'm doing things a little bit differently. Because what I really want to do is, before we get into everything that they're talking about, because they're talking about some good shit today. But one of the things I wanted to talk about is because the GOP's bullshit is just becoming very annoying when we talk about what our fucking media is actually telling you.
It is our democracy.
And it's one of the things that Dark Brandon was trying to get out of a reporter earlier last week. When she kept saying that the GOP passed this bill. They passed this bill. And they did this great thing where they passed this bill with 218 votes. They did it. They passed a bill with 218 votes, and it's great. The problem is, read the fucking bill. Read every fucking bill that's coming from the House today. And what you will find is they are decorative. They are
about 22% top line cuts.
They are statements of what they would like the law to be without writing the law. So literally, what Biden was saying was, what that 218, that beautiful 218 that the GOP passed, wasn't a bill. It was an homage to a bill that said some crap about 22% cuts across the board. That the minute that they sat to write the bill, they realized they couldn't do it. You know why they couldn't do it? Because they wouldn't have the votes. Because in order to do their 22% across the board cuts, a lot of their constituents would lose their fucking jobs.
Listen, if you think these people are going to do their own research,
Oh, it really is that simple. See, AOC is kind of, I don't know why she did it, but she's kind of just being honest. If you look at the actual numbers are this great thing. You can't fuck with them. You just can't. I mean, you can try, but eventually they're going to catch up to you. Kind of like the census is caught up to the fucking GOP. If you don't understand why their gerrymander didn't work, understand how fucked up our census really is. Sorry, it's just one of those things. Another one of those things we will never get reported onto because unless you can actually sit down and fucking dig through the research and actually look at it, separate it out from the areas and just even easy to get numbers, you see how much it's bullshit. And that it's nice of you to try and do this, but what it eventually means is your gerrymander no longer will work because your numbers aren't there. Or you don't have the people. You literally just don't have enough people. And that's kind of another thing that's starting to happen, where you just don't have enough people to do your gerrymander. It's still working in a lot of red states. But if they keep this shit up the way that they're going, where they're literally trying to become every right-wing nut job's tale of woe around the world. Sharia law. Remember when they were screaming, we don't want Sharia law? What the fuck are the Republicans doing in all the southern states? Well, if they ain't Sharia law, what is? See, maybe you don't understand what it is. All it means is religious law. Law put forth by people for a religious reason is really all it means. Just like Al-Qaeda only means the base. That's all it talks about, the base. Because that's all you guys are for, the base.
Michaels is where you
You're working for a group of people who are literally 12% of the country.
you can
And I'm being generous.
go live, and then I take the
They're
audio,
allowed 12%, but they're about 12% of the country.
cut the fun off, cut the shit off, make it kind of nice.
And the problem is, if that 12% got everything they wanted,
The other day I got a,
this wouldn't be the same country.
did you guys go listen to that one? You should go listen to the
It just wouldn't be.
what the episode is.
Number one, it would not have the population it currently has.
The episode where
Nope.
I had my microphone,
Hate to tell you that.
but go listen to
And there would always be uprisings in a certain percentage of the populations going on continuously to the point where actual production of shit would become so unviable. But see, they don't seem to understand that anymore. That was the eventual outcome that the South was heading to.
I know I keep being a
They didn't seem to understand that
getting better every day.
because they want to go back to 1250.
Twitch. And I don't
No, they don't want to go back to the 1950s. I'm sorry. That's complete and utter bullshit.
no idea.
Because here's my problem about the 1950s.
If they're coming from
Go and ask your grandmother what it was really like.
no idea.
Because when I talk to my aunts and uncles, my great aunts and great uncles about that, oh, it was a miserable fucking time, especially for the little wife at home.
It's going up too. We're almost to 200 subscribers.
See, the myth that suburban drug use and alcoholism just ramped up so much lately,
Can do it for
oh, is complete and utter bullshit.
Here's what happens. Amazon owns Twitch. And if you have an Amazon Prime,
It's the problem with
Amazon Prime gives you one free subscription with Amazon Gaming to Twitch. What you have to do
not having the correct data,
account in your Twitch account.
which is the number one thing that the GOP have made sure we don't have.
You got to do it every month.
You can't collect the data and you can't show that this shit is happening. So what do? We restrict the data on shootings. We restrict the data on guns. We restrict the data on all that shit.
Like the
Because I guarantee you one thing. The number one thing on here
directions, it'll show you how to do it. I
kills more people than every drag show,
won't watch on Twitch.
every both side.
Prime user.
It's been killing a lot more people. But yet, for some reason, the drag show,
Subscribers.
that damn drag show,
180 right now currently. So if you're out there and you have
those transgender people.
because it is true
See, the problem with all of that is it's running into science.
way for us to get paid without costing you a single
The guns will still be killing people. Your drag show will still not be killing people even once it's gone,
as creators.
which it won't be gone because it's been around for billions and, well, how did Trump put it? For millions of years, they've been able to grab. So as long as they've been, yeah, that's been around. There's been drag.
Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, it gives us a few hours every single
There was, because at one point there was actually a period of time where women weren't allowed to do anything
all the support.
because men,
Go anywhere.
specifically white men in particular, but men,
It's a rhetorical question at best.
casts of men who believe that they are better for no other reason than my caste. But anyway, women weren't allowed to do shit. So drag's been around for a long time. I've yet to see the drag show in which the entire audience was killed.
Some patriots
Just haven't seen it
along the way.
yet.
We have
I've seen plenty of guns that
skull
killed a bunch of people that they thought were doing drag for no other reason other than they were at a club that happens to be LGBT
again.
on a Friday just before, Pride.
Dear Bob, I'm fixing a
Kind of like this week.
Doritos you like, the red
Interesting.
love and blue one. In your absence, I discovered
See, that's the funny part. That drag ain't doing much shit to you.
he and I eat
It's just funny.
cousin Brody.
No, it ain't doing much shit to you, but you all over it. And those transgender people, the problem you're going to have soon as you start to put these laws forth, you're going to run into science. And the science is 1% of everybody born in this world. It's not a huge percentage, but about 1% are born without the correct genitals at all. So what are you doing about them? Are you going to restrict them to what they're born with? See, because then you're going to have a problem with your bullshit because it's not based on science. It's based on some crap about a book that you've read somewhere. No, it's not. It's based on your bigotry and hate. That's all. It's just based on your fucking bigotry and hate because no, it's not based on a book. No, sorry. Oh, you mean that Bible book? A book that you've read? No, you haven't. Written by a bunch of sheep herders who didn't even understand that the earth is round and how earthquakes work. Who believe that the sun and the moon were equal, just distance differences. Who believe the earth was flat. Oh, it's in there. Who believed a lesser portion woman threw us into sin. Sorry, just my 30-second version of what the fuck are you talking about? Because those are all from your book. That book that we're all supposed to read and go by, even though you've never read it, and if you actually had to go by it, we would be the Taliban in Afghanistan. Oh well, as we continue on. But no, my number one thing is just understand what the GOP is about. They're about look over here. They are about white supremacy and fascism right now. Why they've gone so far to that side is because they've allowed one faction to become the way that they can keep power, even though that they are unpopular. And way unpopular. And have been unpopular for almost 20 years now. But they've so well gerrymandered their shit that they can keep this shit going. And going, and going. Now, why are we watching Tim Scott do anything? I'm sorry. He's going to watch all these. It was a cringe-worthy the whole thing. Sorry. Okay, hold on. Let's see what they're talking about here.
Yeah, that's rough. That's a rough one. Ouch. Y'all know trolls. Who? Stares at Howard Dean.
For the Patreon only.
Wait, is that J.R. Ewing? Or is that a guy doing J.R. Ewing? I'm sorry, but his campaign launching and ending on the same day is objectively hilarious. See Howard Dean. Right.
Oh my God.
Howard Dean right now.
Oof.
Has his Patreon for what was that? And then we share revenue for the show. So like anytime you
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around.
give us a
Hello, North Charleston!
What the?
Hell.
What the hell was that? I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. No, I got it.
I don't know what to do. So if you want to give like a super chat, I can't do it in the chat because they're bastards. But you can go to theTonyMichaels.com. You can drop it in the tip jar, and that goes to me and Gabe for the show. So thank you so much for all your guys' support, not just the monetary support, because that means a heck of a lot to us and our families. It really does.
Exactly.
But
keep these going.
when you're here every single day, you're listening every single day. When you send us stuff, when you send us DMs, we try to get to it. We try to.
When you buy coffee too for each of us.
We really like you. What's what I thought 2 + 2 from $4? Is that, are you talking about the subscription on Twitch? Yeah, that's kind of a fucked up thing, right? So again, I'm not always a fan of Amazon and how this shit works with creators because Twitch, the subscription is $4.99. I think that's what you're talking about.
Right. It's $4.99 and they get the
subscription is $4.99, right?
Yep.
Now, when you do
Amazon
it with your Prime
gets,
account, Twitch gets the $4.99 from Amazon, which Amazon owns Twitch. Kind of weird, not gonna lie. It's kind of fucked up.
Correct.
But here's what happens. The $4.99, they take half of it. Twitch takes half of it. And then there's processing fees on top of that. So then we get like $2.07 or something like that. I think is what I figured. I figured it out one day. It's like $2.07, $2.08, some shit like that is what we get. Yes, it's not a lot, but you know what? The cool thing is if you're already paying for Prime, you're already doing that.
Right.
It doesn't
cost you anything
to give us a couple bucks a month. All you got to do is do the thing where you subscribe and then you resubscribe each month.
Right.
And it's a great way. So as much as I don't like Amazon,
it's a great way to actually contribute to us. Right.
Wow. It's going to be tough.
It's true.
We're gonna have to
on Twitch, it's the best way to give to us.
I don't myself a streamer.
See who has the worst Howard Dean moment.
Myself a host.
Okay, Pentagon. What is it? Pentagon? A fake Bloomberg account with a verified blue check on Twitter posted an apparent AI generated picture of an explosion at the Pentagon this morning. There was no explosion, but the stock market still dipped.
What?
Prime example of the dangers of the pay to verify system. This account, which tweeted a very likely AI generated photo of a fake story about explosion. The Pentagon looks at first glance like legit. Yeah, Bloomberg feed.
That's where they sell them. So then you can have a recycle.
Is it a specialized canister or some shit?
No. It's just I mean the canister that.
Hold on, I just want to go with these guys. See, I'm sorry. That's why I keep saying that he needs to stay away from.
Use any other one. You got to use.
No. I mean, like I know some people that have like.
Stay away from Elon bullshit. I'm sorry. That entire site is just toxic bullshit.
That's so.
And I wish he would get the fuck off of it.
What I have to do is I buy.
Why is it wasteful to buy online? Tell me. Why?
Understand who owns it and why he owns it. Why he was given $12 billion by the Saudis to take this motherfucking thing over. And it's not a nice thing to once you understand.
So go recycle them. Surely there's a recycle center.
Yeah, but then at the same time, I use the empty ones to recycle and get a discount for a brand new one.
Oh man, this is like propane tank exchanges.
It literally is.
So we were looking at some patio furniture. The ones with the fire table, like in the middle.
Oh yeah.
I'm a fucking hillbilly, man. I never cooked on fucking gas. Everyone does it. When I posted a picture of Mother's Day, I was cooking with charcoal because that's how you fucking cook. All right. If you're gonna cook outside, don't turn on no gas. What the hell? What? Just go cook inside if you're gonna cook. If you're gonna cook on gas, what's wrong with you?
Right.
Just go cook inside. Don't be cooking outside. But these gas tables, and you gotta have the tank, and you gotta hook them up. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Just cut you some wood, split some wood, throw it on a fire, make you a fire.
Yeah.
You gotta have. Hey, what do you have this gas? So I don't understand the whole. Oh man, you're.
Yeah, well, when you live in a city that doesn't like that charcoal
shit, there's a reason why. Like, if there's
and you still want to cook outside.
Wait. There's got
not the best, but it's one of the ways you can do it.
Online that you can buy these soda streams from and send your canisters in to get credit. There's gotta be. There's just gotta be.
So that means I gotta wait. I gotta.
No. What I'm saying is, you open up like an account with these people, right?
Yeah.
And then you buy the first round of SodaStream,
right.
And then they send you a box to send the fucking empties back in, and you send those back in, you get credit. That's what I'm saying. And then your next purchase, you got the credit for the empties.
There might be. I mean, I wouldn't be
surprised. They actually do that. If I'm not mistaken, if you go to their site, I think they do that.
My empty one.
I used to send mine back, but I haven't used up a canister in almost 2 years now.
Gotta be someplace out there.
Yeah.
Probably time for me to get a new canister.
No. Yeah, but the benefit of going to Bed Bath & Beyond was I had those 20% off
yes.
coupons, so I could use every single thing.
So here it goes. So this
I mean, look, I'm going to get the discount on the SodaStream, but then I'm also going to get the 20% discount. I had like $5, $10, $10.
Thank you.
All these things. Those are that's the key.
So your SodaStream you have it is going to get really expensive is what you're saying.
Man,
just
God,
like your
this fucking light.
There it is.
Fucking light.
There it is.
Yeah, it's gonna get real expensive, and then I'm not gonna be able to have sodas. I'm not gonna have CO2 anymore.
Oh, hey, the chat's saying Target has them.
Yeah, Target does have them. Target does have them.
Oh man,
that's every once in a while.
Yeah. Well, where you go buy your woke ass.
Yes,
I just got I was saying the other day, I just got a brand new Target in my area, so
There
Oh,
you go, man.
nice,
Target
nice.
it is. Target it is. Because really in LA, they would be Target.
Target.
Here in
Yeah, yeah.
Missouri, it's Target.
Yeah,
Target.
But also
Target.
when I lived in Chicago, that was
Yeah.
it was like, we going to Target. Like
Oh,
it was just you
Yeah,
want to sound a
bougie.
little bit better, bougie,
That is
right?
bougie.
Well, you know what's
And
so
at first
funny
it's
is
like, wait, what's Target? And they're
Target
like,
for me
You don't know Target?
Jeez.
was
Where are you?
when it was brand new in Minnesota.
Uh-huh.
We actually lived right by the very first Target, and what we bought from that Target
They still are trying to. They're still trying to make
was our very last
Ted Cruz like,
black and white TV.
I saw that. last
Not joking.
and then I saw.
The very last black and white TV we ever bought
Here's the thing. I started
was kind of one of those things where we wanted a TV for the den,
I thought we had established
because we had a color TV in the
I don't even know why we gotta keep talking.
TV room.
Well, it's because they have
But we suddenly had a house when we moved to Minnesota that had a den, because my dad was going to med school at the time and he needed a space where he could study. But he also wanted to have a TV in there so that at Christmas time especially, he could throw all of us kids in there, because we would, all the kids would be in from the East Coast and the West Coast. And so there'd be, 10 to 15 kids in the house in Thanksgiving, because we had the biggest house. I mean, our house was, I think that house was,
intentionally marketed their beer to younger
it was 3,300 square feet. It was ginormous
The other thing, too, what
in Minnesota. It was a big old barn. It looked like a freaking barn. It was not a barn. No, it was never a barn, but it looked like a barn with a garage attached on the back, a 2-car garage attached on the back with heat in the garage too. We had plugs and everything. Plugs, for those of you who don't understand, when you have a car in Minnesota, it is a good thing to have a heater on your car so that you don't have things like your entire radiator system be frozen. And your oil gets so cold that it's sludge. Just stuff like that. Fun stuff. But Target for me was actually a brand new store until we got to California, and then all of a sudden it was like, ooh, Target. Ooh. But see, then again, Walmart was still brand new too in California.
videos to tell a different narrative that works.
So funny.
You know what's That's funny, because I was in that room. What was it? Saturday with Laura Loomer? Was it Saturday?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that crazy sack of shit. So Laura Loomer is in this Twitter space, and she is just absolutely losing her mind. I mean, just whining and complaining. And I think it was Joa, one of the guys.
Joa was the one, like, you get an award for that.
Right. He was like, yeah, you did some bang up editing. You did some of the best video editing ever over there.
He's like, you should get an Academy Award for the amount of editing that you guys did.
Right.
Oh, I get
and then
it.
they brought
I
me
get
up
it.
to the stage, and of course, they love when I come in there because I
get it.
I just raised the temperature of the room, but they were all fighting. Like, they were literally like, Ron DeSantis lies about Ron DeSantis and then lies about Trump. Like, they were just eating each other.
Mm-hmm.
It was so beautiful. I couldn't stop listening, to be quite honest, to just these people eating each other. I was like, this is great. A bunch of fascists in the room calling each other liars.
They messaged me and they're like, hey, you want to come in and chat or like speak? And I was like, yeah, sure. So like, I sent a message and I requested, and then I was busy doing other stuff and I was texting you and listening to the space at the same time. And I got to a point where I was like, I don't think anyone needs me to be in the space right now because they're doing a great job themselves.
Well, I actually, when I came up to the stage and they wanted me to speak, Suleiman, go ahead. And I was like, well, I don't really have any notes.
No.
Because you people are doing a bang up job just burning each other down with outright lies about each other. It's fucking fantastic.
It is so
I love it. I said, I hope you keep going. This is what we really want. We want you to fight. Like, this is, we know we're going to win.
You did get them to unite on Chris Christie.
That is true. Yeah, he is fat.
That was
an idea.
Like, he's fat, but Donald Trump isn't.
Have they gotten any closer than the idea of a bill?
Ron, that's true. They're all chubby.
Here, let's go take a look and see what they're talking about.
Oh my God. So my comment was, they said, just be yourself. And then I said, horrible idea. What a bad idea for him just to be himself.
Oh, a lot of people. Okay.
All right.
Edward.
Where are we at? We're at 53 minutes.
Let me see if I can find that.
Crazy.
Edward is a great fan. I think he's over there on Twitch. He's in the Twitch chat, or was in the Twitch chat for a while. Maybe he's back on YouTube. I think he's on YouTube too. But they said, just be yourself. And it was a horrible idea. Here's Ron DeSantis. Let's see if I can bring it up. Here's Ron.
Oh, no.
It says Diner Day or
No, it's in quotes.
What?
No.
So it's probably not. I don't know. It's if let's just say this. It's famous enough in
New Hampshire.
Go back to it. In
New Hampshire?
Because it's got a lot of photos, and I think it's like Rudy Giuliani on the photo up.
Right. There's been a lot of scumbags coming to this diner.
UPLO.
Oh, yeah.
Something. Like
Is that Rudy?
Yeah. It's.
I guess that is Rudy right against the wall, isn't it?
The point is this is a diner, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Oh,
most of
okay.
the time when humans, not fascist androids in human suits, walk in the diner, but when humans walk in the diners,
Men in Black.
normal motherfuckers.
Right.
Now, this is Ron DeSantis doing his best to play normal. Listen to this.
How are you doing? Good, sir. Wow, look at this. You guys said hi. How are you guys? Good to see you. So what do you got?
So what
God,
do
he
you got?
sounds
What-
so
what
much
is-
like
what the hell
Trump.
does that mean?
What do you got? Fucking food, dude. It's a diner.
Right. What the fuck you mean? He's like, me no eat human food before. What is human food?
What is human? It's like in the Matrix. Where
Oh
he's
my God!
I wanna, you know,
I'm
learn
sorry.
this
He
skill.
just he
And at the
does.
same time,
I'm.
he's like, all right. What?
Is it just me, or does it sound? Did he not sound? Remember that they kept showing that where Trump walked into that diner and that lady who just gotten out of jail was there, and it was all.
Is that
I
what?
don't know.
Is
That's
he-
a good
is-
question.
does
This
he-
is really what we. Wow,
Let's listen to see if he does.
wow.
Right over here?
Oh, yeah, over here.
Good deal. Good deal. Wow.
I just can't get over these people.
Oh wow, crowded. Yeah, it's breakfast, dummy. It's
lot of
a
people.
diner food.
Many people have congregated in the diner. Wow.
Especially since they know you're
Many
coming.
humans using silverware to eat human food.
Since you actually put people into the
Oh, my
diner since you
God.
knew that
Let me
they were
see if I can
coming.
turn on my senses. And
Oh
see.
my God.
Good. Hey, how are you doing? It smells really good. I'll tell you
Smells
that.
really good.
Senses smell. It smells like food. It smells good. I'll tell you that.
Smooth feels good. What? No, food smells good. Yes, that's what I mean. What the fuck? Why is
I'm sorry, it's
How
true.
much time do
They're
you think
so.
he spent choreographing
And I'm sorry. How is it?
to be like, okay, I got it.
Forgive me, but there might have been a time he was a diner dude.
I think he's practicing.
But I just don't. Every Sunday for years, we used to meet.
I think the only times you've ever seen
We were brunch Sunday, whether we did it in Walnut Creek or San Francisco or Orinda or Marin, the Russian River, Napa, 3 times in different places in Napa. We were Sunday brunchers.
human interaction?
right, but when he does these ones where it's not a
And
one-on-one situation,
I
or
can't.
to mention
Well, could you imagine?
Right, this is like
yeah, this is where you go in.
I have a hard time at any time seeing
And
him as being,
I think it's really struggling
or okay.
people to be like, I mean, even if you look at
See, if he was the guy coming into the diner,
Byron Donalds and
he's the guy that after you just got seated, after waiting for 45 minutes,
like, if you
because you're a nice Sunday dude, your entire group is a nice Sunday group, and you don't make a whole lot of bitching and moaning, you just get some mimosas and say, we'll wait, baby, we'll wait.
people
And we wait.
one-to-one or
No, he would be the guy that would come walking up
one person
and start bitching about the fact that you got these fucking blah 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 sitting out here on the da 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 because he blah, blah, da 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 and you don't take reservation. Oh, shut up.
improvising because he's like,
He would be that dude
here, smell.
who's griping about the fact that he can't get seated for 45 minutes
Over here, what? Oh my!
because he's important.
What is this place?
I'm sorry.
It says diner on the outside. I don't know what the diner
I'm sorry. It's just I just can't imagine him being. And why is it people see these people as being?
I don't know who
Maybe it's because there are so many people like that. Is that what it is? I'm so that guy who doesn't mind waiting for the 45 minutes because it's actually fun. We get a little tipsy and then we go eat because we're enjoying each other's company. It's not so much about the food, although the food does tend to be good because we usually pick a pretty good place to eat. But it's about the company. So you can just imagine the group of people that he would be at the diner with. You know, that guy at the end of the bar who's always griping about how the deep state.
You have to look at this and say, like, right, any person.
There is no deep state. That is a
I'm Gabe, who are you?
conservative talking point. And again, I ask you, what are they conserving? It's not money.
No, I just remember every single piercing. No, I know. But
I know,
to have the actual interaction, like normally,
yeah,
like hi.
Oh my God.
Even Joe Biden would be like, "Hi, I'm Joe." That's like a natural human thing, even though they know who you are.
Yeah.
Right. I already know you know who I am,
Right.
but I'm introducing myself, so you tell me your name. Like this is a normal human thing.
Well, also because it's like you would come in and be like, "Hey, I'm Ron. Good to meet you. What's your name?" Right? Because the other, I mean, I guess you could do it the other way, where they're like, "Hi, I'm so," or like, "What's your name?" And they're like, "I'm
so and so."
And you're like, "Great. My name's blank." That's that's a weird interaction because now you're coming back and like, well, yeah, I fucking know who you are. But if you start and be like, "Hey, I'm so and so. What's your name?" or "How you doing?" or whatever, and then they answer, and then you go from there, right? I mean, it makes sense, right? You're engaging,
right?
So you introduce and you say, "Hi, I'm Ron." Who?
But
like, what's your name?
But if someone tells you their name, like, "Hey, I'm Tim," do you say, "Okay"?
No, I know that's the weird.
You're like, "Nice to meet
you."
Tim.
Yeah.
Hi, nice to meet you, Tim. Good to meet you. Nice to meet you. Okay.
He choreographed.
That's a name. That's a name.
Has anyone ever seen the show? If anyone's a Nathan Fielder or a Nathan Fielder fan, if anyone's watched Nathan For You on Comedy Central years ago, but also on HBO, he just had a show called The Rehearsal. Okay, and the way The Rehearsal works is he helps people deal with a situation that they're like, there's a roadblock, right? An interaction they have with someone, right? To tell someone this or to reveal something. And in order to make sure that it's as successful as possible, they rehearse it. So in the show, they do some crazy things where they reconstruct the apartment that this one guy's in. They reconstruct a bar that's based in New York City that I actually went to last year. That's now been relocated all the way up to Portland. The
Portland
show works on this premise.
Wow,
it's incredibly awkward to watch and cringe at times, but it's so masterfully done and how like what's real and what's not real. But in the show, there's all these different scenarios where they rehearse again and again and again and again to get the cue down. Be like, you're going to turn right and there's going to be the bartender. You're going to turn left and there's going to be two people at a table, and then two people at a table, and that table's open. You're going to grab that table. Here's a ticket for pizza. You're going to go get the pizza. These are like talking points. We're going to see how successful, and it becomes this like decision tree of like how well the conversation goes. And then at that moment in which they finally do in real life have that interaction, that person can best know how to navigate the conversation without it being like, this whole thing's an unknown, right? And I feel like Ron DeSantis in this moment, this was a like rehearsal moment where he practiced and practiced and practiced.
Oh,
and practiced. Like,
when you okay, I see.
There's a kitchen, okay? There's cooks. They're cooking food.
No, it's okay. It's even like it's okay. Here's a perfect example of that. I get what he's saying, because the perfect example of that is like when they're on the debate stage. Especially, there's a huge gaggle of them, and they're trying to get their one-liner in, and they get that one-liner in, and you just go, damn. And they practice that. And they practice that. They really, really, really worked hard. And it went, and you just went, ow.
You're
'Cause
gonna
it's a
smell
diner.
bacon.
You're gonna
smell
some
bacon
things.
and
If
eggs,
you want
dude, and
it,
coffee.
and they're like, when you walk in, if you're gonna comment on food, comment on a specific type of food. Don't just say, "You're cooking. It smells like a cooking."
Yeah, it's a
Say like-
diner.
Just be like, "Ooh, you got coffee? I'll take a cup. You got bacon? That smells
What's
great.
the
I'd like to order
specialty?
some," right?
What's the
Let's get it to
house
table.
specialty?
Me like human food. Me
Right.
order
No,
human food.
it's like the
Typical
number
thing,
one
because
thing you
people
talk
work on
about when you go in there. What's your
specifics,
specialty?
not
What's on the
generalization.
board?
Because
Look
it's
at
weird
what's
when
on
you
the
do that.
board.
Like when you're like, my name's Tim, and he's like, okay, like
Right.
it's general as
You
fuck,
want to be
right?
like, "Oh, hey, I'm so and so. Good to meet
It's
you."
a,
Like, what
because
are you
I've
up
seen
to
so many politicians that's the first thing they'll do. If you're smart, what you do is you look at what's on the board,
I'm here often,
especially when you're walking in.
like what's good on the fucking.
If there's an A board sitting outside, if there's a sandwich board sitting outside, read the fucking board.
I will make sure to
Got
order
it.
that.
Because it always comes to a conversation about what's on the board outside.
Engaging.
Because that's how you spin it into the specialties and you talk about what's going on in the place. And you don't become the story of smells good.
More and more and more. And despite the fact of how well he rehearses for this bullshit, he's gonna sound so fucking awkward because they can't control this scenario as much as they want.
Oh my God, he's
They
so
can't
right.
block him and buffer him from
No.
other people.
He is so right because it's so true. This is the problem that they have all the time.
Interactions. Trump's going to bury him on this. Chris Christie's definitely going to bury him on this.
Yeah.
Like, right? Because I was trying to convey this in the first 30 minutes that Trump has some sort of incumbency. And the reason why is because of how cults work.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he keeps saying, I didn't
Yep.
lose. He was
Yep.
posting on True Social this morning that he won both elections by
Both elections by a
Oh, the
landslide.
last one was rigged. So he's trying to hang on to some incumbency here, which he's the front runner. He's going to be the nominee.
Yeah.
But all the other people, like
I don't
Tim
think
Scott,
so, dude.
getting in the race today,
I'm
they're all
still
fighting for
arguing
number two,
that I don't
not
think
for
he's
number
going
one.
to be
They're
the
all fighting for
nominee.
number
I
two.
just do not
The reason
think
why
so.
Ron DeSantis
We are a
literally
year
is
away
number two
from
right now
anybody
because
voting.
Trump
And I think by the
keeps
time we
talking
get to
about
that voting time,
Okay?
there
Trump
may
keeps
be a
talking about
way
DeSantis. He's not
bigger
gonna talk about
change.
Christie or Tim Scott at this point.
Now, I agree
talking
that
about
there may
DeSantis,
be
which
too many
makes
people in
DeSantis
again
low
for him
totem
so he can
pole
get
number
that
two.
38% and
And
still get
everyone
in.
else is going to try to chase number two, which means they're going to attack Ron DeSantis. That's what's going to happen. That's how it works. That's how it works.
Well, Ron
But here-
DeSantis is trying to be a clone of
gets worse.
Trump.
I
Look
don't
at
know
his
how in
mannerism.
this
Look at
last
the way
10
he
seconds,
is.
But it gets worse.
And tell me if it's not
Literally,
doesn't
you just
remind you
watch
of
Ron-
a
look at his
of a
face.
try to
This
be
guy just got
clone
introduced
for
to Tim,
Trump.
right? He's already sick of seeing this guy. Look at him.
Yeah.
Major election.
He's like, I'm already sick of seeing your
He's
face.
like, "You're too close.
Right.
You're
Here,
too
Ice Cube,
close.
there's a few
Proximity
texts,
sensor.
but
Proximity
you didn't
sensor.
hear about
Proximity
your-
sensor.
Right.
Probably since you've been real silent on Ron DeSantis and GOP's attempt to wipe us out and our history as well. Okay. Yeah, I can understand that.
It is more awkward than the
About BLM being a terrorist organization, as Trump referred to it, here was his
Last
response.
year, I've been getting death threats. I have security now 24/7 because Donald Trump and his administration has been targeting me and Patrice and Opal and thousands of other activists across the country.
Correct.
I
Because
understand
he does not
what you're
want
saying about
us
trying to
around.
To the people in power.
He wants us
I think
under
there's a
slavery again.
difference here in terms of
Really
who we
that
align
simple.
ourselves with, and I can't at all say that I take a neutral stance here. You haven't endorsed Donald Trump explicitly, but I am just curious about
You're a dumbass. And I hope you get in the race. I hope he gets in the race.
Mean, just
I want
really
him to.
keeps it going.
Man, Ron, I've been telling you, get in the fucking race, man. Okay, so there was some other video
Wow,
over
okay.
the weekend
Oh,
that we missed.
Jesus, 10 already.
And there's a few stories that I want to go over.
Okay.
You've heard of Marjorie Taylor Greene, right?
Oh,
Couple
boy.
times last week.
Regrettably.
Right.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, what are we about to
You know
talk
she's getting a
about?
divorce, right?
Uh-huh.
Did you know?
She's pregnant.
I don't know that. I don't-
That's what
I don't
people
know.
said online. People said she was
people
pregnant
are
online.
saying.
I don't know if that's true.
People are saying. But
People
did you
are
know
saying some.
if she is
Some
pregnant, it's
say
probably Brian
they say.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
who she. But did you know that
They.
Brian Glenn is a drag queen?
Again, if you have a belief without any proof, what have you got?
I did know that.
Did you know this?
Yeah.
What the fuck? So apparently he was some kind of reporter in Dallas, right? Before
We're
he
going to
went-
use that term reporter very
Right.
loosely
Well,
here.
right. Well, I mean, whatever. So Brian Glenn, he's reporting in Dallas, and he's got pantyhose on. He's got a wig on. He's in drag. Let's just say it.
Yeah.
He's in drag. And I mean, whatever you want to do, I'm not opposed to people being in drag, to be quite honest. I just don't like people who get dressed in drag trying to legitimize and
alternative facts.
Basically take away their fucking freedom of speech to dress in drag.
Yeah,
that's
what is it?
weird.
What is it?
Alternative facts.
And that they love dressing up in drag.
Yeah.
Right. It's almost like they did it during the 90s and 2000s, and it wasn't a problem.
Nope.
Nobody had a problem.
No,
they were happy to put on the
no.
pantyhose and the
Been done for millions of years.
And fucking makeup,
Millions.
and lipstick, and the wig, and
you know,
everything.
like
They were
people
even
did it with.
I don't think anybody should listen to me.
to make it look real for whatever bit they were doing. And they were totally fine. Didn't make them gay, and it certainly wasn't converting and transitioning children that they were. Oh my God, the kids.
Well, I'm going to show you this clip.
Computer says no.
It's kind of funny because he doesn't like the shoes, but he loves the pantyhose. I'm not kidding. That's what he says. Listen.
What?
I can tell you, I think a lot of people are up now. They're all hashtag I am up. Of course, come and check it out here. Starts on Saturday. I'm kicking these shoes off. But I may keep the pantyhose on. It does feel kind of good, actually. I'm not going to pee in them, I promise. I'm sitting back in the studio.
Did he say he wasn't going to pee in them?
Yeah.
Does he think people pee in pantyhose? Is that what he thinks? I don't know.
For a moment, it seemed like Brian Glenn was understanding part of the issue that women have wearing.
Thank you, wearing pantyhose.
Like, God damn, my feet hurt.
Something that you have to.
I gotta wear flats.
Take your flats and then these
it's almost like
pantyhose that you have to take all the way almost off before you can actually do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Well. So Patriot Takes posted that video.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, whoa, what the fuck? You know, because you're like, isn't Marjorie Taylor Greene dating this guy? Marjorie Taylor Greene's the one out advocating for the execution of these people. And you doubt me on that. I mean, she hadn't said that.
None of that drag shit, because those drag folks are killing people. They're just killing you.
Pastor that
they're making you die.
And would probably advocate for all his sermons. I'm going to show you a video here in just a second. I think Marjorie
Goth Day without Seth Meyers.
So hang on to that idea.
The least goth human being in the world.
Not to get rid of Brian Glenn. I mean, you would think if drag queens
again, I'm sorry.
Idea that if you ever got drag,
long as he's going to use Twitter as the place to go,
right? I mean, that's what she's saying, isn't it?
I mean, that's what she says. Yeah,
that's what she
because
said.
It's just no.
She called.
All you're doing is promoting white hate on your site.
I think is what she's
because that's all he's doing now.
Defaming.
He's just making sure that and it's as long as you're only going to use Twitter and not going to use anything like maybe Google or Bing trends or things like that, other trends that may actually show us more about what people are actually talking about, not what Elon's talking about. Sorry.
Local theater
just gets on my nerves.
Production. And the morons over at Patriot Take thinks this is an attack. Ryan loves the throw.
Sorry, as long as he's on that, I gotta get off of that for a while because it's just I'm sorry. Twitter is the last place to go to for.
Problem is that the left's not
anymore. I'm sorry. I've just watched it go right down the fucking tubes and become so useless. As a matter of fact, for the most part, I've been staying on Tribal and Post because they've actually had news flowing from the news organizations correctly.
That's what we give a shit about. That you
most of those guys are now on those guys, so. I'm actually staying the fuck away from Twitter as much as possible, except for to tweet to a few people who are still following shit on Twitter.
That's the thing that really pisses us off. That's the thing that gets under our fucking skin, Marge. But let me show you a clip. Because as much as this Marjorie Taylor Greene thing, I want to.
Wait, somebody brought up can you go back to that tweet?
Windows 11 Lite?
A good point here.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Did she say?
Sorry, this is huge.
Okay, she says LOLE, right? So I didn't catch that at first,
free
but
updates and DLCs
laugh
for
out
our
loud.
much beloved game.
Laugh out loud.
City Skylines.
I'm
We're
literally
taking
laugh
a look at
out
all
loud.
the free stuff that you can get. Also, the new mini DLC hotels and
Marge,
retreats.
That's not how that.
3 new
that
content
would
creator packs.
LOL.
Queens,
Laughing
Railroads
out
of
loud.
Japan,
But,
and Industrial Evolution.
This is deflection.
I'm gonna have to watch this a
This
little
is
later.
deflection.
But anyway,
they're fucking big.
Okay, well, I'm 13 minutes over where I'd normally be. It would have started
full vision
straight up at 9, but
people
I actually
really
did a little bit
understand
earlier
exactly
from
what these motherfucking white
9
Christian
till about
nationalists are
9:30 when
talking about.
when you guys
When
join.
they're attacking
That'll be
the
up on
LGBTQ
the
community
actual
and
podcast
thinking,
later on.
and absolutely, it's boneheaded stuff.
But it's
thinking that
just
drag
it's
queens
this
are
is
trans people, which
the day we're gonna have.
not all
It's gonna be all about what the GOP is gonna do with the debt ceiling.
we're not.
And are we going to go through
But all Republicans are fascists.
a protracted
Listen, they
default,
may all be Nazis, but the Nazis think they're Nazis.
or get something through that maybe,
Here's this.
a 14-day delay,
His name is
basically?
Grabber. His last name is he's
What are we on? We're on the 22nd. So maybe a 20-day delay.
He's got all
So 3 weeks, if she can do it. If we can get everything done by tomorrow.
the reason why
But there's the possibility.
Republicans are out there legislating.
Yeah.
in
Let's see. Anyway, it's going to be,
LGBTQ people.
this
Motherfucker says this is
oh, hold on. Let me just hold on.
shit they believe.
Yeah, hold on. This
Any
gets on
parent
my
that would have their
nerves.
child have a transgender surgery done on them, any parent that would do that, they just need to be shot in the back of the head.
Did you catch that?
So,
Did you catch that?
So
Huh?
you're
catch
a
that?
pastor
Yeah.
who's
Yeah.
equating murder.
This
You
is
want to
probably
do
gonna be a long
murder.
episode, I'm sure,
You want to
because
murder
there's several
people.
moments in this clip where
You
you're
are.
like, "What
See,
was
I'm
that?"
sorry.
So first
you
off,
motherfuckers
he's
need
li-
to take back your fucking Christianity, because if that's your fucking Christianity, oh my God, what the fuck? Sorry, what the actual fuck? But these are the people that you guys hold up as being the people that should be listened to. He ain't read no fucking Bible. He don't give a fuck about no goddamn Bible. The only motherfucking thing that motherfucker cares about is his white hate. The fact that for some reason, I guess his dick ain't working right. Or his wife don't want it no more. Or his kids don't want to shit and get anywhere near the motherfucker because he's such a hateful motherfucker. Kind of like Ted Cruz's are. What the fuck? Y'all call yourself... What the actual fuck is wrong with you? When this is your bullshit? I mean, oh.
Lying. He's lying. Almost there is no fucking surgery that happens for minors.
None.
That's the same thing that Ted Cruz is pushing.
Right.
He's like,
This
these
bullshit.
8-year-olds are getting surgery. No,
No.
they're not. No one.
they're
I don't
not.
know where you're getting that
As a
idea.
matter of
I mean,
fact,
I know that you're not.
if you actually understood what's going on, you'd understand that for the most part, most people do not go through all of it. Some go through upper, some go through lower, some don't do any of it. The problem that they're running into is called science. It is 1% of the fucking people born in this goddamn world have an issue that is actually fucking physical. That these motherfuckers do not understand that they are about to fuck with for no other fucking reason other than stupid. Stupid goddamn bullshit white men bullshitting you on some goddamn religious bullshit because they've never read a goddamn Bible in their fucking lives. Because if they had, they would go, what? What the fuck? No. But nope, that's not what it's about. So sorry, you're not even going to use your Bible because you're not. You're just hateful people who don't seem to understand science, and you don't give a fuck about it because you need your white hate to be number one. Your white supremacy to be number one. Not understanding that if it ever happens, the world is done. It's over. It doesn't work that way. It's that simple. But hey.
Not smart. I mean,
They're
it also
lying.
proves
They're lying.
It also proves that you can go to Harvard and still be a fucking idiot.
Yes.
Well, that is true. I don't know.
Yes,
where,
sorry.
Grabber-
Harvard doesn't mean anything more than your family can afford it. Or you're a great.
Pastor Grabber. I can't believe that's his fucking name. Pastor Grabber. Pastor Grabber went
praise be to Pastor Grabber.
Oh, there are a few people, yes, who've made it in with the good grades and da-da-da-da-da. But, they don't tend to be these kind of assholes.
Oh, my God. Okay, it gets... I know that seems pretty intents, right? Just to shoot people in the back of the head. Parents of children, right? Parents of children who have identity crisis, whatever it may be. He wants them to just be executed by being shot in the back of the head. It gets worse. Listen to this.
They need to be convicted in trial and immediately shot in the back of the head.
Ooh,
okay? And then we can string them up above a bridge.
God.
String them up above a bridge. Okay, again, how the fuck is that any of that in any way, shape, or form Christian? In any way, fucking shape, or form? I don't get that. What the, and who the fuck is he? He's doing a lot of God talk for who?
Wickedness.
What? Okay. I'm not sure if you know. There is a time in our country, okay? And I don't know if people know this, but there's a time in our country in certain states in the South that if a black person would do something that white supremacists thought was out of line,
right,
they would kill them,
right,
and then they would hang them.
String them up.
Sometimes they would kill them by hanging them, and they would
with
take
signs
pictures with these as trophies. And it wasn't just, and it was to show the other black people in the South, when you get out of line, this is what happens. Yeah. This is white supremacy 101, folks. This is fascism 101. That this motherfucker is calling for not only execution, but the public display of their bodies by lynching them from bridges to tell the masses we're coming after you next. Yeah. I don't know if you know that or not, but it gets worse, man. I know it sounds like it shouldn't, but by God, it does. Let's listen to Pastor Grabber here. Do more, want more genocide.
Oh my God.
And so there should be no excuse to not put these people to death. No excuse.
Should be no excuse.
Wait for it.
Go ahead.
Hey, dude, you know that plastic bottle that you're holding on to, that microphone?
Very few people out there in the world today that are actually fighting the spiritual fight. I want you to go ahead and find me another
clothes you're wearing.
Spokane to preach the message.
Have you read about the clothes you're wearing?
Child molesters, that these child butchers.
Hey, dude, why have you shaved?
People that desire strange.
You need to be put down. You shaved.
They should all be put to death.
Hey, dude, you need to be put down. Those clothes you're wearing?
The preacher that says that.
Ooh.
I think we found him. To be quite honest, I think that's what we're looking at right here. Jeez. So let me. This is
according to what he's saying,
right?
Yeah. Somehow his book is right. So if his book is right, I'm sorry. Everything he's just he doesn't seem to understand that he should be put down, because I don't see a full beard. I don't see the correct only cotton robes. I don't see those. Am I getting something wrong? See, because he's very picky about one part, but he doesn't seem to be picky about the rest of it. And that plastic bottle, oh my God! I mean, how can you even touch that? Oh, chemicals and the mixtures and the things that are ungodly in that. I mean, geez. What the hell? Dude, you need to no. According to you, you need to be put down. Jesus Christ. I can't even believe that this is the most viral fucking video on the internet right now. And the reason why it's not is because people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, people like Lauren Boebert are trying to normalize this the kind of shit, this bullshit where we don't believe in science, we don't believe in anything. What we believe in is a bullshit white man telling us it's fucking raining while he pees on our shoe.
Not only supports fascist ideas, but is trying to legislate people out of existence, agree with this motherfucker.
Right.
And until you don't agree, then you do agree.
Right.
That's the cold hard facts. Let me tell you something. I'm going to keep saying it over and over. Republicans may not think they're Nazis, but the Nazis. No, they are Nazis. You're fucking Nazis.
They're Nazis. Okay? Sorry.
Which makes you a fucking Nazi. This guy's a
fucking Nazi. I'm sorry. You're a fucking Nazi.
If you're not speaking out against these Nazis,
you're
in the Republican Party, that makes you, by association, a fucking Nazi.
Thank you.
Goddamn right.
Thank you.
Now, is this person going to hide behind the First Amendment? Absolutely.
Thank you.
He's going to hide behind the First Amendment. But frankly, to me, he's not exercising the First Amendment here. Right. Calling for genocide calling for genocide.
This is hate speech.
This is calling for genocide of an entire group of people is what he's saying.
For an entire group of people.
Execution.
Right.
Of these people.
It's fucking crazy, man.
And
that's what he's saying.
And others. Like, that is where these people that associate themselves with the Republican Party, and they're like, yeah, you know what? The ideologies and the things that are believed are definitely not in the Democratic Party. They're in the Republican Party.
But the problem is they're picking and chosen. They're not the full. I'm sorry. So if you're going to sit there and scream down about something about transgender, and I'm trying to find that in the fucking Bible. I'm really trying to find that transgender thing in the fucking Bible. Trying to find that where that's at. Where is that in that Bible?
And
where?
It's not free speech. It's hate speech.
Where?
It's what the Republican Party wants. They're fucking riling up their base. They're getting them agitated.
Still trying to find that where?
Using fear mongering.
Where's it at?
Talking about how these
you're making shit
community
up.
Or drag queens are going to convert your children and transition them and cut off their dicks.
What happened to reading the goddamn book and actually following
Shelley
it?
makes a good point on Facebook. She says, "What happens to
thou shalt not kill?"
Shelley,
no, fuck that bullshit. They don't believe in that.
You want to believe that these?
They don't believe in that bullshit because they don't believe in this fucking Bible. Stop acting as if they believe in the Bible. They do not believe in any fucking Bible bullshit. Full stop. I will not go any. Nope. I won't. Sorry. What you do is you believe in some bullshit you've made up from a book that you've somehow read portions of and say you're going to go buy this book because God. Not science, not anything that you can show over and over again. You know, like that plane that takes off every goddamn 3 seconds somewhere in the world and doesn't come crashing down. You know, like that group of astronauts that just docked again from a private company. These people don't make sense. They make no sense.
These theocratic Nazis, these white Christians,
because they don't believe in science,
aren't actually Christians. They're using this religion and they're using the brainwashing power of religion to absolutely bring people over to their murderous ways. It's what Hitler and the Nazis did in Germany.
Would you call them? I'm trying to think, like, what would you call them?
Thank you, Tony.
Or would you call them a rhino?
You know,
are they Christian in name only, or are they religious in name only?
You know, it's kind of funny
religious
because the Nazis, and we had a great guest on last week or the week before, Ben Het, and he was talking about how the Nazis were using the word socialist and socialist ideas to attract people to their fucking hatred. Right. They were using a certain amount of populism to attract people so that they could brainwash them of their hatred.
Right.
And that's what this is. But this is outright fucking hate speech, like you said.
Yeah. Well, because hold on, what is he talking about?
Genocide of all LGBTQ people.
For what reason?
And the parents of them as well. I don't know if you caught that. So if your child is LGBT,
where is it in his fucking Bible that this is at? That's all I want to know. Where the fuck is this shit? Where is his Sharia law?
He believes that you should be publicly executed. You should be shot in the back of the head.
Right. As CB says, that guy's speech isn't free. It's tax exempt.
Well,
right. And that's the problem.
That's why we need to tax the church.
Why?
Full stop. If you're a church, fuck you. You're taxed. You don't get an exemption. Not anymore. Not in this country. Not with speech like this. Not with nonsense like this.
Exactly.
And the reason why I played it last night on the Patreon for the Patreon members, and a lot of people, I opened it up to the public, so a lot of people probably saw that last night. But I wanted to make sure to show it today in this context that Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert, they may not really believe what this guy's saying, but this guy thinks they do.
Right.
Yeah.
This guy thinks that there are fucking state governments, there's governors, there's Congress people, there's senators out there that believe
that are
what
going
he's
to
saying.
go and do this
because
shit.
My guess is that Jason Grabber, Pastor Grabber here, who claims to be a Christian, needs to have his electronic storage devices checked. My guess is that this is a lot of projection. And
he's doing a lot of research, Tony, for his sermons. He's got to know exactly what the little kids are being forced to do.
Thank you, Tony, for saying what I was getting ready to say too. I think that they probably need to go through and take a look at his electronics, because I bet you anything you're going to find some shit you really don't want to find. Some really, really, really bad shit.
Things, right? He wants to see these things happen, so he knows exactly how to talk about them. Not for pleasure, right, or personal. It's for business, for God.
I see.
It's
well,
for Jesus.
For God.
Speaking of for God and for Jesus, did you know Lauren Boebert's? I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene's getting a divorce, but Lauren Boebert's getting a divorce too. Did you know
yes,
that?
they're all getting a divorce. All these.
Did you know that
these Christian women who are saying
that out loud?
You should not ever.
Yeah, apparently he's threatening to sue anyone who tries to defame him by claiming that him and Lauren Boebert are fucking each other and he's cheating on his wife. He claims that he's going to sue anybody and everybody who claims it.
Okay, take me to court.
Please, I want discovery. I want discovery. Thank you. Do you people not understand what discovery is?
What pertains to this guy?
Do you not know what discovery is?
Let's do it. Mayo had one of the best tweets, though. Our friend Mayo here on the show.
Let me tell you something. I know of a few people. Yeah, I was one who actually have had cases. Not as much lately, but a few cases where literally
Liam Neeson is calling him.
They've flown from San Francisco to New York to start doing discovery. And literally within hours of starting discovery, they find a smoking gun so heavy that they literally just go to the partner and go, we're done. Oh, it happens. It happens. Doesn't happen as often as you think, but it does happen. And oh my God, so many of these cases that so many of these GOP people scream about would be exactly that. Here's their SMS messages. Here's their emails. Here's a recording from their back stoop off their ring.
People used to make fun of Justin
you
Timberlake,
dumb shits.
And they were like, "Oh, look, he's got that ramen hair. This is like,
this is actually ramen hair.
This is.
Oh my God!
One is
seriously, that's her husband,
Justin Timberlake from NSYNC, the '90s, early 2000s. That hair is ramen when it's still dry and dehydrated. This guy is ramen when it's full, like been soaking in boil.
Yeah, right. Right. I think so. Let's see if we can find
that's our number one problem
right
there.
He's talking about how God should run the government and Christianity should run the government, because that's great.
God should run the government.
Take on the picture too.
Can you please go to Somalia and leave us alone?
Of that same picture, if you
okay.
Oh my God! The internet was running wild with it this weekend, and about this. Who is Lauren Boebert actually schlubbing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is she divorcing that cunt of a husband of hers? Jason with a Y. You know, when you're like Jason with a Y, you're a cunt, right?
Well, I mean,
did you notice everybody's been using the word cunt online? Did you see that?
I have not seen that.
Yeah, go on Twitter and search the word cunt. I mean, not yet. Maybe later. Not right now.
Don't do it right this second.
What video do you want again? There's so many that popped up.
There's so many that popped up.
There's so many that popped up already.
When the ramen shaman, when you search the ramen shaman.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's not good. The one where he's talking about how Jesus and Christianity should run our government is the one I want.
All right.
I think Patriot Takes had it. I have it on my timeline somewhere, but who the fuck knows? Well, I don't remember what the fuck I was. Oh boy, these people. Oh, Lauren Boebert. So Lauren Boebert is a shitbox, and
oh boy,
she is definitely doing somebody, right? I mean, everyone knows this. This isn't hard to understand.
Everybody's doing somebody.
Right.
This is kind of scary.
I'm sure Marjorie Taylor
Oh,
Greene
man, what
over
the hell?
at
Hold on,
all
before
those
we go.
cocaine sex parties, right?
Mhm.
Am I wrong? I mean, come on. Are you going to doubt me on that? Do you think they were both at these cocaine sex parties?
I think it's possible. Man, I'm going deep, and now there's all these videos of him from January 1st, 2022, where
What's he saying?
it's a bunch of COVID stuff, and he's healing Casey DeSantis.
Oh, give me that. Give me that. Yeah, I want that. He's healing Casey DeSantis? Oh, yeah, let's watch that one. I want to watch that one. Fuck yeah. Let's go after the ramen shaman. Let's do that.
All right.
I'm all about it. Hell, we got 30 minutes left. Oh, shit. I mean, I had a few other videos that I wanted to show. Paulie says Australian have to use cunt. Yeah. See, we got a lot of Australians that watch us.
Yeah, it's just the app.
So,
You can,
and a lot of
you can
people
get
are
that done,
terrified of the word.
I can
cunt.
actually do the one that's here and just send it
Terrified
to
of
you.
Why? It's just a
Let
fucking
me give you
word.
a call back right quick.
And it doesn't mean what you think it means.
Oh
Go to
my
Australia,
God, man, dude. This. Oh my God. How did I never see these videos before?
How do you see his? How do you say his last name? Is it Fetch? Is that what it is?
Fascist?
Fascist? Well, you know, a German friend of mine sent me the
Foyt.
Fine stuff.
Let me look it up.
So, anyways, a German friend of mine who is from that region of the world, he sent me a thing and he said his last name, literally his last name, translates in German to moist.
Moist.
This guy,
Translate to German and moist.
Foyt. It means moist.
Yeah, so it's the same. Moist.
White. You remember the white. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, this is a video.
All right, I'm not going to continue on anymore. I'm going to let you guys go, and we will see you next time.